Elegy for Jane. I remember the neck curls, limp and damp as tendrils, and her quick look, a sidelong pickerel smile, and how when startled into talk the light syllables leaped from her, and she balanced in the delight of her thought. A wren, happy, tail to the wind, her song trembling the twigs and small branches, the shade sang with her. Their leaves, their whispers turned to kissing, and the mold sang in the bleached valleys under the rows. Oh, when she was sad, she cast herself down into such a pure depth, even a father could not find her, scraping her cheek against straw, stirring the clearest water. My sparrow, you are not here, waiting like a fern, making a spiny shadow. The sides of wet stones cannot console me, nor the moss, wound with the last light. If only I could nudge you from this sleep, my maimed darling, my skittery pigeon. Over this damp grave I will speak the words of my love. I, with no rights in this matter, neither father nor lover. It's Elegy for Jane. It's one of my favorite poets, Theodore Roethke. And my point is this today. We don't know who we touch. You know, we look at the people around us and we think, I matter to that person. And we try to be everything we can for them, just like we expect others to be everything they can for us. But it's those random encounters, it's that person you see on the street that you walk by every day, that you don't even know their name. You know, they're just the guy who sells you the newspaper, or the chick at the gas station that gives you your cigarettes, and they mean nothing to you. And then you smile at them and you say, good morning, or have a nice day, and you mean something to them. Or the reverse. You know, you're just going through your day and working a cash register or something, and you have a customer treat you like a person and not a name tag, and you feel real for the first time. Maybe I don't have a point, but it seems to me that everyone's trying to make a difference in this life. We all try to do these great things. You know, scientists try to discover the reasons for the world, and artists try to paint a monument that's going to last for 1,000 years, and writers want to write the great American novel that's going to touch our hearts and make us feel alive and human. And we forget the things that really make us human. We forget those quiet little spaces where we touch each other in the dark, where just a look and a hello validates an existence. We forget that there is no immortality. When we die, we either go on to something bigger, better, and greater, or we don't. One of the two, or maybe a myriad of other possibilities. But either way, I doubt having a best-selling play is really going to make much difference to you in the afterlife. So the most important thing is to focus on today, on what we can do today, on how we can touch one another. And not in a scary, gropey, feely, ooh, look at your boobies kind of way, but those moments, those little glances on the train, or just being kind to your neighbors, you know, random acts of kindness and senseless acts of beauty or whatever, but just not being a dick. And I've kind of forgotten about that lately. I spend a lot of my time so fixated on me and on my stress and on all of the problems that I have that I forget that everyone else is human too. Everyone else is in just as much pain and just as much suffering. They're just doing it differently. They're just worried about their mortgage or their children or their job, or they're in the middle of some existential crisis trying to figure out a life that they don't even understand, you know. Maybe the reason we don't worry about everybody else's pain and that we don't notice it is because we're so caught up in our own that we can't even see it. And because of that, the little gestures of kindness that we put out bear a lot more flower and fruit than we ever realize, because there's so few in this world. So that was just what I was thinking about when I read this poem, because I've always loved this poem. And it is about the interconnectedness of things, people, and what we mean to each other. and how we can grieve or love or feel touched without rights in the matter. Not child, not father, not spouse, not even necessarily friend, but people can make a difference. That person that you barely knew matters to you because they had something that you envied, or there was a spark of life in them you felt that you were missing, or you just felt better about yourself because they were around, whatever reason. There are a million billion reasons to respect and adore one another, and maybe it would be a good idea to take a moment and just thank the people that matter, whether they should matter or not. See what comes from a wave of happiness. Maybe the differences we make aren't in giant works of art or lasting monuments. They're in the little tiny bits of difference we make in the hearts of others.